Madam Leader, is there any circumstance that there seem to be some discussions ongoing on the floor of the House right now among Republicans around trying to pass this short-term funding bill? They're discussing adding wall funding. There's also potentially adding disaster funding. Is there any situation you think Democrats could support beyond a clean continuing resolution?
It depends on what they have to say, but not wall funding. I think we've made that clear. Was not clear? Yeah, no, I mean, we'll see what they come up with. In terms of disaster assistance, we'll see. But in terms of wall funding, that's a non-starter. I think they know that. Yes, Nancy.
Have you gotten any assurances from the White House or the President himself that he will sign this spending resolution?
I don't know that anybody ever has any assurances from the White House on any subject, including this one. Yes?
Thank you, Madam Leader. Is your side prepared to deliver the votes if they say, like they did on some of these other major pieces of legislation, Sandy, they say, hey, we can only get 50 people to vote for this. Can your side carry the rest of the freight even if you're in the minority? Has that question been asked?
Are you talking about the current continuing resolution?
Yes, or any variation if this, morphs in the next.
Well, it depends on what you're talking about. On the current, yes, on the current version, we're prepared to not only support the resolution, but to support the rule, because that's what they'll try to do, is bring down the rule. By the way, they have a lot of people who are missing, who are absent here, so they never did have the votes for their wall, but they now don't even have a full complement of members here.
Speaker Ryan cancels his press conference. He gets called by the president, has to step out of the meeting. Are you under the impression that this is a negotiation? Is this a momentary blip, and then they'll head to the floor and pass a bill? I mean, what do you think is happening?
Well, I don't really want to make any characterizations because we're right in the middle of a sort of a meltdown on the part of the Republicans. You just really have to ask them. From our standpoint, we had bipartisan support for 6 bills, working together, House and Senate, negotiating 6 bills that could come to the floor. And then the 7th bill would be a continuing resolution of the funding for last year. We had that opportunity. We offered it. Mr. Leader Schumer presented that when we were in the Oval Office to the president and said, let's just go down this path. If you don't want to go down that path, we can pass all 7 bills under a continuing resolution until the end of the fiscal year in both cases. The president rejected that. We said it is unthinkable that we would have a shutdown, so we agreed to this February date that Senator Shelby worked on and others. And so this is a path. Now they're having a breakdown over this, but we're not in the negotiations in what they're doing right now, but that's how we got to where we are.